Hello, my name is Katie Abelhuder, and for this week's Bible drill, we are to answer the questions regarding assistive technologies in the classroom. The first question was describing the role of assistive technologies in the classroom. Assistive technologies gives the students confidence and abilities which they could not develop without the use of assistive technologies. What past experience have I had with assistive technologies? Well, my daughter has autism, so for a couple of years we were not able to communicate verbally with her. We had to use things with pictures and also apps through the our devices, which had pictures but the sound to go with it. Last year, when she was starting to talk, her teacher was able to give us things like this, which were songs that has the pictures to go with it, but she starts developing some words as she was singing. So that was some of the things that we've used. Also, we got her this recently to help her singing to the You're Saying Low.
Hello, baby. Peekaboo is the most fun with you.
So she learns like play peekaboo because of the toy.
Go? Peekaboo, I found you.
So it teaches her how to cover her eyes saying peekaboo.
Hello, baby.
And this one
Let's sing
and
together.
then she's got an ability to sing too.
Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro?
So through like things like with toys, she's learned to communicate and to sing and understand phrases. So which was really nice. So those are some of the things I've had with I've experienced. We also did a little bit of sign language when we first got her diagnosis and when she lost all of her vocabulary at 18 months. So those were some of the things. This out of the assistive technologies we looked at this week, the one I always found interesting was, like I said, the pictures. Using PECs, picture exchange communication systems, just pictures to communicate. It is the reason why it's preferable for teaching is because not all kids are able to verbalize, and not just that, but we can understand pictures. Anybody from any language can understand a picture of a stop sign, I'm sure, so they know it's stop, and other things. As the second question was regarding the Bruinsma article. The three of the applications that I've chosen for assistive technologies are existence, communication, and environmental. The example I want to give for existence is having combs with long handles. So instead of like having short, you want one that's really long. So a student is able to use their fine motor skills to close the hand and to learn to brush and comb. Even if it's not with their own hair or with just a toy or something, it teaches them to use that motion of going up and down. Communication, I chosen script. A script is a pre-stored message instead of systems or pre-written phrases or sentences that provide language that goes into specific conversations. Uh, those could be like how we have, like my daughter has for her songbook, like the wheels on the bus. The wheels on the bus, you can do the steering wheel. They can understand that because it's almost well scripted. You see some examples of well scripted if you use recipes that has pictures next to it, and the students understand the quantities for the measurement of what they of like let's say eggs. There's usually a picture of eggs, and then to show the number 2, so you know there's 2 eggs. Environmental, I had chosen the schedule chart, which is something useful for those who don't understand time and have a hard time understanding time and understanding what to do next. So this was for my daughter's last year, her last day schedule. You see, as they show here, like they have the timing for like certain activities, and that this is convenient for those students who still they can probably read a little bit of time, but they still need that step to watch the clock and understand what's going on next. With my daughter, she's very routine based, so she has to know what's going to happen next, or she's really out of her routine and she gets really upset about it. Um, and then the last question was finding one additional assistive technology that was not listed in the module and provided overview of what it is and how it works. So I'm going to show you what I had what I had found, and I thought it was really neat. So let me minimize this. What I had found is called a plastic sliding calipers. These are for the students who are blind and deaf, and this helps with the doing like STEM activities or math or science in particular. These give those who are blind and low vision the ability to measure like shapes, measure with the ruler, measure items, etc. So this is really nice. So I am screencasting this just to show what the source I had found for this talks about, how the two people, Jane and Sunkai, came to this idea. And so it's very interesting how they were able to come up with something that has braille on something that can measure. And so the more about these are called scroll devices, by the way. And scroll devices enables math and science accessibility for students with blindness or low vision. So here are three of the ones that they had created. One is called the tactile caliper. It's an instrument that measures and draws straight lines with a high precision and speed. Here is the tactile caliper 30 centimeters, which is a little bit longer. And here's one for drawing angles using a protractor. So I found out about this when I was looking up different technology, and this was a brand new thing that they just developed here, and here's a description more about it. Plastic sliding calipers, known as scroll devices, developed by MIT grad students, make geometries, continuous shapes, and lengths measurable for blind and limited vision students who can read measurements in braille. So this was really neat, and this shows how a blind student was able to measure some things. They were able to measure the length of their finger. These are the students who made this device. And here is a blind student using the scroll device. So that is what I picked. I've got the source through MIT News, and I will provide the link on the discussion board. Thanks for listening. Bye.